Recording in progress.
Good morning, members.
Morning.
Hope you're good in this winter. I'm already coming down with flu this side. Members, today we are to conclude the work that would have started in November last year, which involves the filling of the vacancy of the Deputy Public Protector and a filling of the vacancy in the Human Rights Commission, including the Deputy Chair of the Commission. Members will recall that would have dealt with the DPP unanimously in conclusion. We are meant to adopt the report now that is going to go to the House for deliberations in the House. Then after that, we'll deal directly with the issue of the South African Human Rights Commission and with the issues that would have arisen in our meeting last month. Committee Secretary, is the report on the Deputy Public Protector ready for flighting?
Good morning, Chair. The report is
Okay.
ready.
Report is ready. Okay. Someone is Chair. I can't say who it is.
It's Honorable Mashala.
Honorable
May I
Mshala.
please be allowed to speak
Yes, you
on
are
the
allowed.
issue of the public protector? Chairperson, we
Protect.
received a letter from yourself, I think, which actually it was based on the fact that in the previous meeting we did not agree in the manner in which the process was running. We agreed that you're going to get a direction from the Office of the Speaker, which you actually did that. You came back to us. So to us, we don't think the process was fair, starting from the one of the Deputy Public Protector. Because, Chairperson, in that meeting, this is where you told us that the EFF is not supposed to do anything, vote or anything, because we were not part of the initial stage where the interview processes unfolded. So we were excluded actually in the process because of your ruling in that portfolio committee. We deliberated the matter further when we came to the second issue of, the second matter of South African Human Rights Commission, because the numbers did not agree with you there. This is where you agreed that now you'll take the matter to the speaker. The speaker ruled, there's a letter there that is being forwarded in the group that says that you cannot exclude any political party, no matter that political party was not part of the meeting. They've been sent by different organizations to come and represent their parties. So we are not certain. How are you going to move with this one? Are we starting afresh? Or what are we doing? Because I also saw a media article where you are also mentioning that the EFF did not do anything here because they were not part of the initial processes. This morning I was reading that article. We are not part of the process. Actually, Chairperson, you have broken the law. You have broken the rules of Parliament. So please give us a direction what will happen, and we will appreciate that we start the process again of this one of the public protector, discuss it like how we are going to discuss the South African Human Rights Commission. Maybe we'll have something to say in this regard. Thank you.
We are making a mistake, Honorable Mhlala. We are making a grave mistake. Maybe let me remind you that in that meeting of April, we started with the Deputy Public Protector. And there was a unanimous agreement on who to nominate. That's why the issue even of the advice is solely based on the South African Human Rights Commission. So there was unanimity there. There were no issues around it. We all agreed, all of us, on the Deputy Public Protector nomination.
We did not agree. How can we agree when we were not part of the
Honorable
process?
you are not going to do that.
No, but we do not agree.
No, but you have asked a question. I'm answering it. You are interrupting me.
Okay, answer. But the fact is we did not agree.
Honorable Mhlala, we're not going to do this thing of doing a conversation.
Because you are saying we agreed.
No, Honorable Mhlala, don't do this. You are doing. It's the start of the meeting. You are already doing this thing you are doing.
No, I'm just rectifying you, Chairperson, because you are saying we agreed when we did not agree.
Explain to you, Honorable Mhlala, allow me to clarify you. You ask for a clarity. I'm clarifying it. You are interjecting me. I disagreed with what you were submitting, but I waited for you to finish so that I respond to it. So can you be patient? So the issue at hand, all members who are here in this meeting, were part of that meeting, are going to agree with me. The issue at hand was never about the Deputy Public Protector. That's one issue that we have concluded unanimously without any issues. Where we went to say, okay, let's rather seek an advice from the procedural office, was the issue of the South African Human Rights Commission. So it's not true, members, that there was an issue about a Deputy Protector and restart and stuff. That's one thing that we concluded. The issue of the restart was even submitted by Honorable Nomvalo for the South African Human Rights Commission. So we said, okay, there is another proposal. Let's seek the advice, come back. We're going to entertain that proposal as well. This is a continuation of that meeting. So let us not misinterpret, members, please, what we were doing. Hence, I'm saying now we're supposed to adopt a report on the DPP. Then go to the South African Human Rights Commission. That's where we're going to entertain the procedural advice. We're going to say, how do we then, with this advice, move forward? It is going to be a collective decision. We don't do these things of enforcing things in this committee. It has never been done before. It won't be done now. We always strive to reach a particular agreement. If not, we collectively say, okay, we can't reach an agreement on this particular aspect. This is how we're going to move. So, Honorable Mhlala, I vehemently disagree with what you're submitting on the DPP.
Can I come back, Chair?
On the same matter?
On the same matter, yes.
No, I've ruled on the same matter.
No. Can I come back? Because
please don't.
you can't just now say that you have ruled when we are debating the
Honorable
matter.
Mhlala, Honorable Mhlala,
We're trying to solve
not
issues.
even
If you are
seen
just
that.
going to rule as if we are now in Parliament where you just rule the manner in which you want to rule, we are debating as a portfolio committee.
No,
If we
we're
don't
not debating.
agree
What are
on
we
certain
debating
matters,
when
we
the
must
report has not been
state
flighted?
that.
Honorable
So if you are
Mhlala,
going to rule like that, really very out of order.
Honorable
You are
Mhlala,
abusing
what
your
are you
power.
debating when there is no report that has been submitted? What are you debating? Because I'm saying the report must be flighted. The report is going to be in front of you. Then
But
we go.
Chairperson, I don't disagree
Then you can
with
raise your
you.
issue.
I just want to show a certain point. Just trying to show you something that you have omitted in your presentation. When you started that meeting on that particular day, you emphasized if there's a report.
You see, now we are just addressing the
us.
committee. Honorable
That
Mhlala, without
EFF
being
is not
recognized.
going to be
Honorable
able to
Mhlala,
say. So,
Committee Secretary, can you flight the report? Committee Secretary?
we are being dealt with here.
How are you being dealt with, Honorable Mhlala?
That's how you are doing now. You are making
That's
this
not what I'm
committee.
doing. You are
Don't allow
deliberating
us
something
to
that
say.
has not been brought to you now in the committee meeting. Members, can you look into the report on the DPP? Then we'll take hands after that. Honorable Nomvalo, can you hold on, Committee Secretary? I see the hand of Honorable Nomvalo.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Chairperson. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to come in the midst of this disagreement. No, Chair, it's unfortunate that we can't say that a recording maybe of our previous meeting on this subject can be played here. But I just want to come in, let me thank that you entertained the proposal that we made in this community that this matter must be deferred pending the legal advice from the parliamentary legal services. Let me thank that. Secondly, because had we not entertained that proposal, we would have taken a very wrong direction of breaking the Constitution of South Africa. Now, Chair, I think where the concern arises from here is on the fact that a position on this matter of the DPP was taken on the basis that, or was taken having excluded the EFF from participation. And then after we had passed this issue of the DPP, then we realized upon getting a motivation from the proposal that we must defer the matter, we realized that maybe we might be committing a monumental blunder if we exclude a party on the basis that it was absent during the interviews, then the matter was deferred. Now, this legal advice says the EFF has a right to participate. And at the time when this decision was taken, they were already excluded on this item. So I think that's where, Chair, the concern arises. And maybe we need to open it to the committee to agree on the way forward to say, do we now go back to this item because we had already passed it when we took the resolution to defer the matter, or we exclude them? And I'm afraid that if we just continue with business as usual, we will be committing another blunder because they were excluded. And I don't think it might be a very complicated exercise if we say we go back, because we can just listen on their submission if they want to submit something and move on. I think it won't even take us 10 minutes, Chairperson, to do that. They will just submit. If They want to submit another name. If we subject it to voting, we vote, and then we move on. It's as simple as that. I just wanted to make that submission. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mvalo. I'll answer this in two before I give other members. You will recall that, Honorable Mvalo, that no one was excluded on deliberations in the committee meeting in both as items that we're dealing with, including members who were actually not part of our committee meeting were allowed to deliberate. Of our committee were allowed to deliberate, including remember Honorable Mhlala had a member of the EFF as well. They were two. They both deliberated. Now, the issue of exclusion does not come on deliberations in our meeting. It comes on voting only. That's why we're to go and consult so that we don't commit more mistakes. Now, the second part is, even so, we have not yet adopted the report on the DPP. The report is flighted for entertainment of members. So I am saying to Honorable Mhlala, that matter can be raised immediately, because after flighting the report, it's taken back to members for adoption, rejection, abstinence, or whatever issue they want to raise. So I'm stopping here because now we are to discuss a report that is not in front of us officially, now here on the screen. So any matter Honorable Mhlala wants to raise is going to be given time after the report to raise it. That's what I ruled on. But she couldn't hear me because she kept on interjecting. So that point is taken, Honorable Nomvalo. Thank you. Honorable Matafa.
Thank you very much, Chair. Good morning, Chair, members, and guests on the call. Now, Chair, I think in your explanation now, you have taken the point that I wanted to raise, that we are dragging the meeting unnecessarily when there is no item to discuss. Maybe if the item is before us, it was going to be helpful that we can then engage on the substance of the report. But Chair, to underscore your point that on the discussions, no one was excluded, let me remind the meeting that on the issue of the DPP, there was sufficient consensus in that particular meeting to support the name. And I remember correctly, Chair, and I'm sure that even if we decide to pull Hansard of the recordings of the meeting, it will come out where Honorable Mhlala herself stated that because she was not part of the meeting, she doesn't have a view, but she was still allowed an opportunity to participate in the meeting. There was no point where she was prevented from participating. The only area where then we requested advice was on the issue of the Human Rights Commission, because that's where the issue of voting would have come up. And as far as I'm concerned, on this one, the report is done. I wanted to propose that we entertain the report. If Honorable Mhlala or the EFF does not agree with certain aspects of the report, they can do as Honorable Nomvalo is suggesting, make those inputs. But as they make those inputs, let them make them in a point where the agenda is on the table. Because if they make input now, when you officially table the report, how are we going to entertain what they would have said outside of a meeting that had not already received an item? Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Matafa. Honorable.
It was me.
Okay, you have lowered your hand, no?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chair. I lowered my hands simply because I'm largely covered by yourself and Honorable Matafa. But just as a part of attempting to remind the meeting, you'll remember that taking it further from where Honorable Matafa took it, post the submission of Honorable Mhlala, she made actually a plea that she must read a long text which she had written about the plea that the committee in addressing this thing must be able to consider people who are fit for purpose and so forth. So I think that if you will remember, I don't think that it arises that there wasn't any participation in as far as the deliberations are concerned. So I think that in the spirit of fairness, let's just proceed, Chair.
Thank you.
Chairperson, can I
Docs
come
hand-
in?
I can't see that person.
It's myself again, Honorable Mhlala.
Yes, Honorable Mhlala, you must raise your hand. I easily see hands here.
Okay, no, let me lower my hand now. It's up.
Yeah, you can come.
Oh, but Chairperson, the speakers that spoke now, even yourself, I don't agree with you. We have never said you did not allow us to deliberate. We deliberated on the matter, but we were made to be neutral because of your remarks from the beginning, where you said that if you did not participate in the interview processes, you are not going to vote. This is what you said in that portfolio committee. So you
Okay.
make us to remain
Honorable Mhlala,
neutral in our input.
Can you pause
Chairperson.
there? Honorable Mhlala, can you pause there? You are going to submit this where after this report is tabled here. That point is taken, and you're going to be given an opportunity to bring that point. It's not bad from being submitted to the committee.
No, but the issue is now a member, a candidate is already now been appointed. What about if I want to nominate
Honorable Mhlala, a candidate
our
is
own
already-
candidate,
Honorable
besides
Mhlala,
this one that is
Honorable
being
Mhlala.
nominated here now?
Honorable Mhlala,
It's a different matter now.
candidate
Now we're
is
going to discuss
made-
one person. We should have brought other names from the names that were listed. So we
Honorable
couldn't
Mhlala.
do that because we
Honorable
couldn't
Mhlala.
have an option to nominate or to support
Honorable
the
Mhlala.
name.
Honorable Mhlala, a candidate is nominated after the report of the committee is adopted. That's a procedural point. So this report comes as a draft for all of us to speak on it, including if you want to amend it, you can amend. Then we'll take it from there. So a report is already done when the committee adopts the report of the committee. So that's why we're flighting that report now. Then you are going to submit those issues you want to do. If you want amendments on it, then we're going to listen to you. Please. Committee Secretary, can you proceed with the flighting? The topic, okay, report of the Portfolio Committee on Justice and Constitutional Development on the nomination of a suitable person for appointment as Deputy Public Protector, dated 28 May 2025. That is the introduction. The first paragraph is explaining paragraph 2. That is the second paragraph. That is the third paragraph. No, we are skipping the fourth paragraph. Yes, fourth paragraph. Fifth paragraph. A, B, sixth paragraph. (6.1) and 6.2. Seventh paragraph. 7.1. 7.2. 8. 0.1 and 0.2. You can go up. Those are the names of the people that were shortlisted. 8.3 and 8.4. Paragraph 9. 9.2. Paragraph 10. Ten, 10 to 11. 11.1. That is the end of it, members. It explains the entire process that has been followed by the committee, step by step. So let's go for it, members. Honorable Mhlala, you're number 1. Honorable Matafa. Tena. Sotetse. Is that all, members? Honorable Mvalo. Honorable Mutawung. In that order, Honorable Mhlala, proceed.
No, thanks, Chair. Let me greet members of the Portfolio Committee. Chairperson, thanks, man, for the report. But there's something that we would like to share as the members of the Economic Freedom Fighters. We are members of this, I'm a member of this committee and also of Parliament. And in all the times, we must always make sure that due processes is followed and that the integrity of this institution is not compromised. Hence, I was raising the manner in which that meeting of the Portfolio Committee was held or unfolded. And we still feel like we were pressurized to be as if we're not supposed to have a view in that Portfolio Committee in terms of who must be now appointed as the Deputy Public Protector. We raised our view as well in that Portfolio Committee that we don't think that is how things must run. And fortunately, the Speaker came back and responded positively, supporting what we raised in that Portfolio Committee. Chairperson, the other thing I want to ask, when you conduct interviews, there are scores that you rate each and every candidate. The Portfolio Committee never gave us a report of the interview scores. So we need to know who performed how as per the interviews, rather than just coming as members of Portfolio Committee and just tick the box and say that we are recommending so and so based on the fact that that person is a preferred of the other political party and not a preferred of another political party. So we must not do things that the people are saying we are doing. Interviews are happening across the country in different positions in government. And at the end of the day, those interviews are not followed to say, Rebecca attended this interview, he got these ratings. This one got these ratings. From there, we sit down as a Portfolio Committee, then we come with an argument based on the results of the interview. So I did not see that happening. And I asked myself, why was the interviews now happened if we are not provided with the interview scores? So is it about who has numbers in parliament? As different political party have got more numbers, then I'll use my numbers to appoint whoever I want to appoint or what. So going forward, we are requesting that the interview scores must be presented in the portfolio committee so that we can take a very decisive decision or a progressive decision based on what the people that were interviewed got as the scores. Thank you so much, Chairperson. I will end there.
Thank you so much, Mshala. That's noted. Honorable Matafa.
Thank you very much, Chair. Let me start firstly by saying the report before us as tabled is a true representation of the process that unfolded to a point where we identified a candidate to be recommended to the National Assembly for the position of the Deputy Public Protector. And if we come to a point where we need to move on the report, I'll move for its adoption. Chair, maybe just to speak on the point that Honorable Mhlala is raising, and it's a valid point, that if you are going to rank people in terms of the preferred and the less preferred candidate, there should be a particular matrix that you use, and maybe scores are ideal. However, we need to agree on two things. The first one is the approach that unfolded in the interviews. One, it is standard practice that we followed, and it was presented in the initial stages after the close of the advertisement time frame, where it was presented to us the names and number of candidates that were likely to be shortlisted. And we agreed as a portfolio committee on the process to follow. And this is the process that led to the report before us. So there is a process. Maybe what Honorable Mhlala is raising can be considered for the future. However, having said that, the problem for me comes in this fashion. We agreed as a portfolio committee that these are suggested questions from the research unit of the committee. However, members are at liberty to tailor-make questions to each and every different candidate based on what we pick up in the CV, based on what we pick up on their history, based on what we pick up on their experience and competency. So that by itself, Chair, means that there cannot be a model answer to any question, nor could there be an expectation on what questions to be asked. So for me, it will be difficult to score individuals where there is no model answer, one. Two, where there are no similarities in questions. You see, if you have 5 similar questions and you ask the same 5 questions to all candidates, it will be easy to rank based on how they respond to these 5 questions against the model answer. But this one is a political process which allows candidates to go outside of the question based on the position. A simple example as I close, Chair. Honorable Breitenbach asked one of the members of the candidates, you are a member of the ANC. How are you going to ensure impartiality and objectivity should a member of the ANC or a case involving the ANC fall on your table? How do you score such a question? So I think what Honorable Mhlala is raising is correct. I agree with her, but it is not ideal in the environment in which we are operating. So, Chair, as I rest, I would support the report that is before us. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Dana.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everyone. Chair, I don't have a problem with the report per se. I just have a concern that I want us all to note, and that is the fact that the vacancy was referred to the committee on the 5th of December 2023 already. We have very, very long turnaround times, and it's becoming a problem. We see it in other matters as well. It's now a year and a half later, and we've still not decided or appointed or deliberated on someone to fill this vacancy. So I think in future we should really focus and look at our turnaround times. It really is a problem. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Sotetsi.
Thank you very much, Chair. I think this is a very brief report, but more importantly, it accurately covers all the steps which we undertook as a committee, and I do agree with it. I think that the short and long of it is that I agree with it, Chair, is correct. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Nomvalo. Honorable Nomvalo.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to start on this one, which my Honorable Matafa has also touched on. This one of scoring, which has been raised by Honorable Mohlala. Well, I was tempted to, on our previous meeting, to raise the same issue, but what I remembered is that I'm one of the people, because if you remember there was a questionnaire which I think was brought to us by the committee secretary. Well, I'm one person who never asked even a single question from that questionnaire. I formulated my own questions for all the interviewees. So I'm saying I got defeated by that flexibility when I wanted to ask about the same issue of scoring, to say if maybe we had a standard approach or a standard line of questioning, it was going to make it easy for us to apply the scoring approach. But now, given the manner in which and I agree with that approach, that even in the next interview, if we happen to have an interview, we must use that approach, because, well, I had no confidence, not to say I undermine the substance of those questions, but I had no confidence in conforming with those questions, because I don't know who prepared them. Two, I don't know the relationship of a person who prepared those questions with each of the interviewees. Hence, I formulated my own questions. So that makes it difficult, that flexibility, because the committee applied a flexible approach, makes it difficult now to have a scoring process, because you don't know that you will score from what, because there is no uniformity in terms of the questions that are being asked from the interviewees. So I think I just want to align myself with a view that says it's not easy, given the approach that we agreed upon, to score the candidates. And I still advocate for that approach, even for the next interviews, that I think it is the best inquisitive approach, not to confine members of the committee within questions that we do not know who prepared them. Now, in terms of the report, Chair, I reserve my right, and we're going to exercise, we're going to express reasons thereof when the report is in the National Assembly. But we reserve our rights here as the MK. We're not voting for this report, and we're not rejecting it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Nomvalo. That's noted. Honorable Mutaung.
Thanks, Chair, for the opportunity. Chairperson, I'm mostly covered by Honorable Matafa. Chair, my view with this report is that it's a true reflection of what happened. I support the report. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Glover.
Thank you, Chairperson. Yes, I'd just like to rise and say that, this is a true report, a reflection of a report, but we will reserve our position.
Thank you very much, Honorable Glover. I think
Chairperson,
members.
let me come in. I also forgot. Yeah, I will also like to abstain.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mohlala. Honorable Swart.
Chair, my apologies. May I also reserve our position, but at this stage. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Swart. Members, the report is agreed to with the particular issues that have been noted, including the issue relating to scoring, which I think both Honorable Matafa and Honorable Nomvalo are putting it correctly. And I think, members, how we conduct interviews, we conduct them in a fair and a free manner that allows members to be free in exercising their roles as members of parliament, and that also allows candidates to freely express themselves. You'll remember, members, that as members are saying here, we don't only focus on what has been prepared as possible questions to that particular candidate. And this is a resolution of more than 2 committee meetings that we are going to have a prepared questionnaire. But remember, these people are from different spheres, different professions, different practices, but they have different CVs, they have different qualifications. So some of the issues may rise in respect of their qualifications, in respect of their experience. So that's why we have said members must feel free to attend to that specific matter that they are seeing in respect of that particular candidate. But I think all what we can do in respect of this, we can look closer on what can be a framework that can accommodate both a prepared questionnaire and questions from members, so that there's something. I will meet with my management committee and see if it's possible that we can deal with such a kind of a proposal. Of course, members are raising a number of issues, including the issue of the time frame. We all agree, members, that this had taken us time to conclude, and in the other issues that we'll be dealing with, let us be precise on time. And when we design a program for that particular vacancy, we do put time frames, but sometimes circumstances do overcome the program that would have actually agreed upon. We note the MK reservation, EFF, ACDP. Yeah. That's noted. Members, with that being said.
Chair, my hand is up.
Okay.
Mine as well.
Honorable Bredenbach, I didn't see your hands. Honorable
Thanks,
Bredenbach.
Chair. Good morning to everybody and to you. Chair, I have 3 points to raise. One, about this report. You've said the report is agreed to, and you note the reservations. I'm not sure that process is okay in these circumstances. I think more people have reserved than supported, so I think you need to make sure that you have the requisite support to say that the report is accepted. I'm not sure that you do have sufficient support, so please check that. Then, Chair, if this committee is going to make a habit of not sitting on Tuesdays, then we're not going to get our work done on any kind of time schedule. And so might I ask you, perhaps not now, but later, to tell us what the position is regarding Tuesdays. And then I fully support the view, Chair, that we've taken far too long with this process. It's not ideal. It's counterproductive. And to take this amount of time to go from positions being advertised to now making recommendations, not even yet appointing, it's terrible. The time passage has an impact on everybody, and it's not ideal at all. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Bredenbach. That's noted. Honorable Den.
Thank you, Chair. I think I didn't make myself quite clear enough. I also reserve my position. With the rest of the report, I don't have a problem.
Committee Secretary. Yes, Chair. There is support in the report and reservations. So the issue is that can we check if we got the requisite number?
Yeah, I think maybe what you should do, you should just formally put we should have a mover for the adoption, a seconder, and then we vote and see what the numbers are.
So how do we deal with abstinence?
Chair, I'm just getting further clarity on that at the moment, but we can run the other processes as I get guidance.
Yeah, because we know who said they support the report. We know who said they are reserving their rights until the house sitting, and I think Honorable Den, Honorable Swart, Honorable Floba, Honorable Nomvalo reserved their inputs. They abstained. Who else?
Mashala.
Honorable Mhlala, yes. So where does that put us?
Chair, I want to be clear, Klopper reserved on behalf of all the DA members. Thank you.
Okay. Honorable Matafa?
Thank you, Chair. But Ndate Ramano, the committee secretary, will come back with the guidance. And my input is based on what he said before he went to look for guidance. That the report is tabled. In my input, I moved for its adoption, and other members can come in if they feel that the adoption is appropriate. And then there will be where you ask for objections. And this is the process that is also followed in the National Assembly. And if there is no party that says it's rejecting the report, but they reserve their position, like Honorable Nombalo correctly said, we raise our position, reserve our position here, but we'll raise our issues in the National Assembly. That does not necessarily mean that they are against the report. As Honorable Dana said, she reserves her position, but she doesn't have any problem with the report. So my take is that further issues can then be raised either in the plenary when the report is then presented for final adoption by Parliament. But in closing, Chair, I want to align myself with Honorable Breitenbach that it is important that as we do our work, we also need to remember the impact that stalling and delays in reaching decisions affects service delivery, affects the bottom line in terms of the fiscal exposure that we are actually putting on the taxes of this country. So at some stage, we'll have to reach a conclusion in all the matters that we do that we think are important to conclude. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you. Committee Secretary? We are not back yet.
Chairperson,
Honorable Mhlala?
I don't agree with Honorable Matava, and when you abstain, you abstain. And it affects the votes. There's no way that the report will be tabled to Parliament when it did not pass the Portfolio Committee. So by saying that, you must choose between the two. You are voting or you are not voting, or you are, you are supporting or you are not supporting, or you are abstaining. And if you are abstaining, there's no way that the report can go now because someone said, I abstain, I reserve my my vote, but I will speak in the portfolio in Parliament. So I don't think that is the correct procedure that we must use going forward. I agree also with Honorable Matafa and that and other leaders that spoke about the urgency of this matter. It's very urgent. We need to make sure that we don't allow a vacuum to happen in institutions such as these ones, because this is where our people are crying to. So I think going forward, Chairperson, that issue of scoring will assist us so that we don't come here and now be skeptical in taking some decision. There is what we call a holistic scoring approach, where you look at issues like, even if we ask, we are flexible in the approach, we ask different questions, but the effect of the matter is will be assessing similar things, like, do the person have enough experience? Do they understand the law and the constitution? Do they speak clearly and with confidence? No matter the questions are different, there must be a scoring approach in future so that we don't keep pointing fingers at each other as if someone is sneaking somebody or with regards to those things. So this, I'll end there. Thanks so much, Chairperson.
Thank you. Honorable Swart.
Chair, I would just like to refer us to the rules where committees determine the rules, Parliament determines its rules. So in my experience, we've never had a voting list where you count figuratively, numerically.
Yes.
If that is the process that is to be adopted, then that would have to be unanimous in Parliament, because there are many similar interviews. I'm not opposed to the idea, but it would have to be consistent throughout Parliament. And therefore, I suggest this is an issue you might want to raise with the Chair of Chairs so that it is consistent. And the Rules Committee might also have to have a look at this, because I'm not aware of that system. Again, I'm not opposed to it, but that system being used where there are many committees that do interviews and vote accordingly. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Swart. Committee Secretary, you are not back yet.
Chairperson, I am here.
Yes.
Like I indicated before, we should be having a person who moves for the adoption, and then the seconder, and then we get a vote. And then from there, we check as to how many members we have on the platform. And then if we get a majority of the members present voting yes, then the report is adopted.
Okay. So now we've got Honorable Breitenbach, Honorable Klopper, Honorable Mutawung, not Mutawung. It's Honorable Klopper, Honorable Breitenbach, Honorable Nomvalo, Honorable Dana, and Honorable Swart.
Forgive me for interrupting you. Because I didn't fully participate in the processes, I'm not voting. That's why Honorable Engelbrecht is here. He's my alternate and he will vote. Thank you.
Okay, so we've got Honorable Dana, Honorable Swart, Honorable Nomvalo, Honorable Klopper, Honorable Mushala, who are abstaining. Where does that put us? Committee Secretary? We have 5 that is abstaining.
Apologies.
Abstaining.
Yes, it's 6 abstaining.
Okay, 6 abstaining. But Honorable Breitenbach says she's not participating. Who's the sick one?
I said Engelbrecht is voting in my place. He's my alternate.
Okay.
I'm not participating because I didn't participate in the process. I don't think it's correct.
Okay. The Committee Secretary, where does that put us? Honorable Matafa?
Thank you very much, Chair. Chairperson, I wish to go back to a point that I raised earlier and request that we move to what Mr. Ramano had proposed, that there should be a mover for the report to be adopted and a seconder. And then when there's the secondment, it means that there are those that are saying the report is fine, it must proceed. And then you will check as the chair to ask, is this in order? And other parties or members will come in and say yes or no. If they say yes, it means that they're voting in favor. If they say no, they are voting against. If they are saying we are abstaining or reserving our position, it means they are choosing to remain neutral, meaning, Chair, that the only position the committee has is that the report proceed. That is what abstention means. You remain neutral, or you reserve your views for another time for engagement, as Honorable Nomvalo raised it correctly. And that is how, according to my understanding, are the three positions in voting. You vote for, against, or you remain neutral. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. On Matafa, are you moving for the adoption for a second time?
Yes, Chair, I move for the adoption of the report as a true reflection of what happened in the process of identifying a potential Deputy Public Protector. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any seconder? Honorable Sotetsi?
Chair, like I said earlier on, that the report indeed gives the true reflection of the process which has been followed, and therefore I second the adoption.
Seconded. Any objections?
Chairperson,
Shalom.
we are abstaining. I'm abstaining.
No,
as a member
we're coming there
of,
on Mhla. We're coming there. We're still checking objections now. We're coming there. Okay, no objections, members. Abstentions or reservations?
FF plus, Chair.
FF plus.
ACDP, thank you, Chair.
DA.
count me.
MK,
The
EFF,
DA reserves the right.
and the DA.
Chair, did you note the ACDP?
Yes, I noted it. It's
Thank you,
after
Chair.
I did Honorable Swart. With those abstinence and the secondment and the adoption and the secondment of the report with no objections, the report is therefore agreed to. We'll send the report to the House for deliberations. Thank you very much, members. Company Secretary, can even our report reflect even the abstinence and stuff? Thank you very much, members. Can we go to the second item? In the second item, we'll start with the procedural advice. Can you flight the procedural advice? Or members, did you check the procedural advice? Is there a reason for us to flight it?
Chairperson,
Mshala?
I was cutted by.
You are cutting even more.
I'm still cutting. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it better now? I'm moving.
Yeah, it's better. Better.
Yeah. No, Chairperson, I think also you need
You
to
are cutting
check
again. You are cutting again on
how many. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better.
Am I audible now?
Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
So I think in terms of those who voted in support, as much as there are people that abstain, we need to check how many are those people, Chairperson, because a committee of 10 people, I'm just giving an example, or 20 people.
No, Honorable Mhlala, remember, even went for an advice on that. Honorable Mataf and Honorable Swart guided us. But we said, there is no problem with their guidance. But also let's wait, Honorable Mhlala.
2 people supported and the rest abstain.
No, Honorable Mhlala, if you even listened to what Honorable Swart was saying, that I think to an extent the rules kept quiet to that regard, and I think we need to submit something to the Rules Committee. So it goes like this: you support, you object, you abstain. So there is no one who has objected, including yourself. So that's why the report now has been agreed to. Thank you very much, Honorable Mhlala. Committee Secretary. Committee Secretary.
Yes, Chair, I think we were at a point when we were asking members if there's a need to flight the document.
Yes. Well, members, is there a need for us to flight the procedural advice, or we just go straight? Members would have looked at it.
Yes, we have seen it, Chair. Okay, I've seen it, but the long and short of it is that people can vote.
Yes. Members, should we flight it? Or you are fine, we can proceed?
We are fine, Chair.
Or Nomvalo, should we flight it?
No, I've been captured. I wanted to say the same thing, that I've been covered. I mean, I wanted to say the same thing, that let's just proceed, because the answer is what is in the report and we all know it.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's
Chair?
fine, honorable members. Members,
Chair?
wait on Michelle, I'll come back to you now. Members, the issue here at hand now is that we must, okay, we have solicited the advice. The advice is all what we know that, remember members, the reason why we had to go for an advice was that the rules are actually silent around this matter, and maybe the best way so that we don't think that someone is wrong, someone is right. The best way is that let's seek an advice from the procedural office. Now, the procedural office is simple that we must, everyone must vote. And this is the only item where voting was actually an issue in the committee meeting. And we also had a proposal that we said we're going to look into it. We're going to look into it when we are finalizing this matter. The matter is South African Human Rights filling the vacancy and filling the vacancy of the Deputy Chairperson of the Commission. With that advice, members, how do we move forward now?
Chairperson.
Yes, Honorable.
Chairperson, I think Chairperson, I want to come before we go to Human Rights Commission. Just few minutes.
We are already there, Honorable Mhlala.
No. I was cutted by network, and then when I came, you were already going towards that direction, but you were not.
No, okay, we listened. You were still. No. Please allow me to present. No. Don't treat me like that, Chair. Allow me to talk. Also, you are not going to
the position of my party. I'm not going to reverse everything that you have done in this portfolio committee. Powers is on you. Allow me to present.
No, I'm going to allow you. How are you going to know if I'm allowing you if you speak when I'm trying to guide you?
Thank you so much.
How are you going to know that? Also, in a committee meeting, you have a right to speak, but not forcefully. Allow the chair to guide you. The chair has never denied you any opportunity to speak.
But every time I speak, you come.
We are coming again.
That's the problem with you. You are
I must guide you. I must guide you.
You are undermining me. Every time I speak, others allow them, and then you interject.
I'm not undermining anyone.
That is the problem with you.
No, I have no right to undermine anyone.
And we are not fighting. We are just trying by all means to
I'm
get
not saying you are fighting. I'm not saying you are fighting. I'm not saying you're fighting. I gave you a chance. You got cut. You came back. We gave you a chance. You got cut. We are giving you a chance now, but you don't want to be given guidance. You're already speaking things that you are being undermined, and there is no such a thing.
No, but you are
there is no such a thing, remember.
It's you who said that you have passed.
You see now,
saying that I was.
Chair, can I raise order in this meeting, please?
Yeah, man, it's
man, leave this thing and focus.
No,
you are also responding to other members.
We must note that this thing is not a stock fail, Chair.
Honorable Tsotes, can you hold on? You see, Honorable Mhlala, you are even responding to members who are asking attention to the chair.
No, but the member is...
No, don't respond now.
Attacking me, and you
are not. You are not being
me.
attacked. You're not being attacked.
The member is attacking me. You're not defending me. He's even saying that this is not a stock fail.
Honorable Mhlala will come back to you.
No, let me come in.
Committee Chair, your Committee Secretary, sorry.
Chairperson,
You're saying something?
Can I please come in so that we move to Human Rights Commission? I just want to present the position of the committee, of my organization.
You will be given that opportunity. Committee Secretary?
No, Chair, I'm covered.
Okay, fine. Or Mshala, what do you want to submit?
No, Chairperson, I'm actually against the processes that unfolded now. So I want to clarify something. Since the rules are silent on how abstentions are handled.
We have clarified.
First, can you allow me to finish?
No,
and
but
then
you can't want us to clarify you on one thing 10 times.
No.
Why we are unable
can
to
allow me to clarify, Chairperson?
No. Wait, Honorable.
Can you allow me to?
Wait, Honorable Mhlala. Wait. The reason why we are complaining here as members, all of us, of the longevity of how we take and how long we take in concluding some of the issues.
That's correct, and we also agree on that.
You are also interjecting on me when I'm trying to knock some sense to you. I am saying, this matter you are raising, you have raised it. We listened to it more than 2 times.
Can you allow me?
Not only myself did I clarify it. Even members, including Honorable Swart and Honorable Matafa,